Hi everyone, it's Sarah Wood with the State Fire Marshal's Office in Kansas, and this video covers the two main questions I get asked about the Federal Client Tool, which is how do I search for my reports and then how do I download them. If you are a Federal Client Tool user, there are two options for you, and you can actually use them both. There's one that's the data entry tool and one that is called the data entry browser interface, which is the website. It's okay to use them both. The difference is that the data entry tool is downloaded and the data entry browser interface is literally a website that you go to. I'm going to start with the downloaded version because of the wording on it not being so clear. When you first log into your Federal Client Tool user account and open up the data entry tool, this is what it looks like. You notice that there's no button that just says search. Instead, we click on open. So when you first log in, it's going to default to your fire department based on your settings. I just had to pick one from my list. I picked a department that was not too large so that we could search quickly. You can search by an incident number, but I found an easier way to search is to look from and to, especially if you know the date of the report. So in this case, I'm going to search for calls from 2012. If you're a small department, you can even leave off the to date, or if it's a recent report that you're searching for, you may not even need the to date. And then I'm going to hit search. It's going to say executing query, and it went through that really quickly because there are 43. If you're searching for a time period that has more than 500 incidents, you will get a warning message that says only the first 500 have been displayed. If you need to, you can reduce that to and from time period and search for a smaller amount. In this case, we're fine. If you did not hit search, if you hit open instead, it would just sit there and not do anything. So let's say in the list, the nice part about the search here is that you can sort by the date if you need to, or the incident number, or even streets or something if you knew that. To actually open up the report and look at it, so let's say this is the one that we want, you could double click on it and then it opens up in the main screen. From here you can click on the modules and open them and view them. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to flash any personal identifying information. If you needed to download it, your first step would be to search for it and then open it. And then on the data entry tool, click incident, and then it's called generate report. After you hit generate report, it's going to ask where do you really want to save this report. If you get a lot of these requests, you might want to have a folder so that you have a history of all the reports, where they've been sent to, who requested them, and that way you're controlling your dissemination records. For me, I'm just going to hit desktop. It does default to this file name, but you can rename it. The default is your state, your FDID, the date of the incident, your incident number, and then this last 0 is exposure. So if you're dealing with a fire that had a lot of exposures on it, you may have to download several of these, and then the exposure number will keep going up and up. So if you're happy with your file name and location, click Save. You'll get this message that says report forms generated successfully. You click OK. It'll also display this message, incident retrieval successful, of which one you were able to open. So now wherever you now have this PDF. Don't just email it out. What you want to do first is open up that PDF, read over it, make sure that there's no personal identifying information in it. Make sure that there's not something in there that you need to redact or correct first. You don't want to send a report that's outdated where you have better information. So always read over a report before you turn it over to anyone else. If you're using the website, I'm already logged in, but I'll click on home so it goes to the main one. I already have something open, so I'm going to close it. Okay, here we go. This is what it looks like when you first log in. The nice part about the website is that it literally says incident search. So you click on incident search. It's the same fields here. I've got to type in Leota here. You wouldn't have to type in your FDID because your username finds it for you. So I'm going to search for my incident from and to, and then click search. The difference here is that you cannot sort your search results like we could on the data entry tool. Like we can't put these in different orders. But if you're dealing with a lot, any browser that you're using, whether it's Chrome or Internet Explorer, when you're in that window, hit Control F on your keyboard, and that's Control F as in find. That's the find function. You can type in a keyword or a couple numbers if you're looking for something specific, and then it will find it in the list. To open it, you just click this open button right here. And then for the downloading of it on the browser, you'd click download to print this incident. As soon as you hit download, for me, it automatically starts downloading. You can see it right here. It's going to go to my download folder. It's basically going to download following whatever protocol you have set up on your computer. So if you haven't messed with it, it's probably going to download automatically to your downloads folder. If you can't find it there, you may have to do a search on your computer, but it typically goes wherever anything else would go that you would download.